rework in education is estimated as more than 10 million students are perhaps at the moment studying, a very good estimate, with spending about 10 billion rupees annually in tuition. The whole country goes in the morning to school and then they go in the evening. And in the evening they can't study because they are tired, and in the morning they know that they will be going in the evening, so neither they are studying in the morning or in the evening. The journey of quality management in Pakistan perhaps can be divided into 4 eras: inspection era of before 80s, process orientation in 80s, system orientation with ISO 9000 in 90s, and in 2000 perhaps it's about the strategic aspect is generally being developed in the country. Today the focus is on improvement, outcomes and strategies of the quality. In some of the research findings, for example, let me go on a few points on this. The survey result pointed out that there is an issue with the job position in T12. We conducted the survey with various people in an organization. We see that the quality manager has reported the quality very finely, rating to 5 or so in most of the cases, where the CEO is looking quality differently. Half of the CEO reported their quality program weak, where 100% of the quality manager reported their quality program very effective. It's a different perception. What quality managers are thinking is not what the CEOs are thinking, it's not what the directors are thinking, it's not what the other managers are thinking. So the measurement system, the way the quality manager audit and see is differently. Quality audit in firms is effective, reported by the quality manager. 100% quality manager reported that their quality audit is very effective, whereas half of the CEO reported their quality audit is not generating the result they want. This is the difference. This is an issue. The strength of quality program is equally not very appreciated. Half of the CEO not appreciated the quality program as very effective, and half reported quite effective. But the quality manager also reported, most of them reported that the quality program they are implementing is effective. With the provincial background, we see that employee satisfaction of highest reported was in the province of Punjab and also in NWFE, with a little lower in the area of Sindh. The impact of the type of organization, for example, NGO, private and public, the quality procedures, for example, documentation, the system was highly perfect in the public sector organization and mediocre by the private and NGOs. And in academia, the lack of documentation is the biggest issue. Resources to QA department was provided at least in the academia, NGOs in the middle and private sector at the highest level. The effect of the size of organizations, the size of organization of 50 to 200 firms reported as the most accountable organization where accountability of HODs is taken most of the quality. Whereas less than 50, the small organization, this ISO 9000 is not working very effectively and they are reporting a lot of problems, and an accountability system is also reported. And particularly the organizations greater than 1000 and less than 50, they both reported the problem of accountability of quality as a serious issue. The documentation system was also reported best in the organization of size of 50 to 200 and perhaps the worst in the small organization, and they have to have different models and different aspects to look into. The competency of QA department was again reported highest in 51 to 200 number of firms. So we saw that in this survey, around 200 to 300, from 50 to 200 to 300%, the system of quality assurance is perhaps working better than the other sides of the organization. Similarly, overall performance improvement and so forth. I have this my presentation in your series, so you can go into the detail. The head of QA program, many firms are reported that their CEO is heading the QA program. Many are reporting that special committee is heading the program, and many reporting the junior level position is given. The best quality results were achieved in firms where senior level quality assurance manager was deployed. Not the CEO is working as a quality head of department and so forth. CEOs, facilitation and commitment certain things are equally applicable, but not having a quality manager and CEO just working on the quality field on day-to-day basis is generally a failure in the survey. And we also saw that those firms where ISO 9000 was effectively implemented. You see, the accountability of managers, the results of quality programs showed much better results. So therefore, if ISO certification simply is not an issue, effective implementation of ISO 9000 is basically required. So we categorize these things into three aspects. One is category. One most important aspect that we found from the survey was the person who is leading the program matters the most in the organization. Who creates the vision, who deploys and so forth. And that importance should not be underestimated by organization, and many are doing so. The second one is we have to adjust the program according to size of organization. It doesn't work equally in every type or every size of organization. And then we have effectiveness, how effectively ISO 9000 is implemented, whether the quality program is run formally or informally, and this is the problem in university. Many are running as a formal department and many are not running as a formal department. In healthcare sector also the same phenomena is there. The things which does not matter most is the experience of employees, background of employees or age of employees. We found they do not affect much on the program or the effectiveness of the program. Just the last point is the proposed program. So for the past many years, we've been working an experimental basis on implementation model. First of all, we developed something called intermediary impacts and final impact. In fact, when we create KPIs, we go and we do serious errors without first looking at the intermediate. For example, employees' behavior, organizational behavior, employee satisfaction, and organizational culture we found as an intermediary impact. Unless we achieve those impacts, we cannot achieve the final business improvement impacts or customer satisfaction impact. And that aspect is not measured in terms of KPIs, that aspect is not focused. So we developed basically a model where TQM intermediary impact, particularly related to social part of the organization, the cultural part of the organization must be strengthened through the KPIs. And the proposed model, which you have details in the paper I just mentioned and also in your CD, is we call as MSAC. M stands for mobilization activities related to the initiation, planning and preparation of the program of any quality tool like Kaizen, quality circle and so forth. Identifying those techniques on a progressive basis and building about those techniques. And then also initiating the KPIs and the ultimate results of the KPIs and strengthening of the system, KPIs related to the system. Then standardization, the initial development and usage of the program. So initial development and deployment maybe take around a year or so or 6 months or so initially on each tool or the type of program. And then perhaps for the first 2-3 years we have to use the program or acclimatize the program, we term as acclimatization, where integration with the system and achieving the outcome from the system is mainly the main aspect. And then assimilation, becoming part of the organization. And finally, the culturalization, which is not a word we saw in the dictionary, but we are using the word culturalization, is perhaps when you are able to use the program for more than 3 years, then perhaps it is becoming a culture of the organization. And we are receiving the culture of the organization. So culturally implementing culturalization is adoption of techniques and tools as habits of the organization. And then the details of the further steps combining these steps. So in conclusion, organization comprises of systems. Systems should drive processes efficiently and effectively. We need TQM to focus on the system aspect as well. Most companies implementing ISO TQM programs have not deployed it effectively, resulting in incompetence of organization to deal with the quality issues and crisis. Immediate consideration is required to revitalize quality programs. Even if you are certified to ISO 9000, revitalization is an important part at this stage in organization, especially in the today's scenario. Government, academia, service, education and healthcare sectors and many manufacturing firms need to design an effective TQM program within their organizational context and to ensure quality and sustainability of their organization. Merely importing the program without the context will not serve the purpose. To increase the rate of success of TQM programs is our collective responsibilities. CEOs, quality managers, HODs, quality auditors, assessors and consultants all have to strengthen their abilities to do so. TQM is available through various programs, models and frameworks like ISO 9000 standards, Prime Minister Quality Award, accreditation models and tools like Quality Circle, Kaizen, TPM, Six Sigma, etc. Learning followed by deployment of TQM should not be neglected anymore. Strong implementation is crucial for organizational growth and organizational success. Thank you very much for listening.